This part is a tablet, and it's run on the Android operating system, which is sort of like a lot of smartphones, Google smartphones, and HTC and Samsung. So you're able to download apps onto here. You can do all sorts of things. You can make notes on here. You can, if you want to see this page over here in color because it happens to be a magazine or a color book, then let's see if I can do this. I can tap here, and then it shows up over here in color. Now for plain text, that's not that interesting, but when you're dealing with something more interesting like pictures and so forth, or even the notes that you make on here, it is interesting. So why do you want two screens? Number one is they've designed it so that it can be used multiple ways. I can use this just like a normal ebook reader. I would look almost like a normal person if I were walking around with this. Or I can use it just as a tablet, which means I can have documents, I can watch movies, and so we can all watch a fun little movie. So here's a little movie, and they intend for you to watch it like this. You can have movies, you can have audio, you can have video, and then you can do all sorts of other things with spreadsheets and PowerPoints and actual tablet computer type things. So depending on if you want a real, just a plain e-reader, some people do. They just want to just go off with a book, just have an e-reader and just read, then you either get something else, or in this case you would disable the screen. The other thing that this does is that there's interplay between the two screens. So I can take, let's say there's, I don't know, I can take things from here and link them to here. What I mean by that is, let's say that you see a term or a phrase or something, you can actually go into your browser and then take this page and then put a link to whatever text you want over here, so that every time you come back to that text, then you click on it and it will take you back to the page over here. Or it can open up a picture, or it can open up any kind of a file. So it's just a more advanced way of reading, where you wouldn't normally do that with a book. You know, if you sat there with a normal book and started writing all over it and jamming pictures in there, it's going to look like a mess, and here clearly doesn't.